Startup Universe is also in Greece the biggest network opportunity for early-stage startups. This video will follow a conversation with Nasos Koskinas, program manager of the previous edition, alongside William and Nikos, winners of the previous edition of Startup Universe Greece with their startup Wasty. Here are now some words from Nasos Koskinas on why this initiative is so important for early-stage startups.
The early-stage startup ecosystem in Greece needs a lot of work. Many venture capitals or many organizations, they think that they will find the next unicorn, the next TaxiBit, or the next Viva, but it's not the case. We need to create pipelines, because if you don't focus on the first-time entrepreneurs, the early-stage startups, the university teams that they want to develop something, you don't create this pipeline, and eventually you won't have mature startups to invest or to create value. So this program focuses in a different way in this community, because of the structure. It's open for everyone. We don't want a full application form and hard selection of these entrepreneurs, but we create value because we connect them with experts around the globe. And of course, you can understand that it is a great opportunity to create a new ecosystem, to attract more mentors around the world, and explain what is happening in Greece and in Greek entrepreneurs. What also made the Startup Universe appealing to me was that we don't focus only to Greek-based startups, but I want to help Greek startuppers around the globe from diaspora and connect them all in one place. So creating an ecosystem, building a community is always fun, but also valuable thing to do.
What are the steps? Like, how does it operate for them as the startup founders applying to the initiative?
Well, we use the Founderhood platform, and we build the program in this platform. So it is a one-stop shop for the entrepreneur. We create some workshops that are open for everyone. We create some office hours with really famous entrepreneurs and investors. So they can just join some sessions, but also we give them the freedom to pick one expert, and of course more experts, and book directly a call and to meet, connect, and discuss their idea. So it has a lot of freedom, but also a structured way. So we have startup workshops, like how to pitch, how to build your team, how to create your MVP, but also some office hours with entrepreneurs like Marina Hadjopoulos, Michael Janes, Elias Kokinis, the guy that sold his company to Meta, Facebook. And in the meantime, in all the months that this program takes place, they can handpick some experts that are available with their slot and book directly a meeting. So this is more or less the structure of the program. Has a lot of freedom, but if you are good enough, you will be invited to the pitching event, to the demo day, that we gather a lot of investors, and we select 10 startups, the startups that did the most of the progress in this month. And we create a demo day that connects them and discuss with investors, of course, asking for money and resources and guidance to continue their project.
Okay, start with you, Nikos. Like maybe you can tell me and us about who you are as a student, as an entrepreneur, and how did you end up developing Wasty with William?
Yeah, perfect. So my name is Nikos Koultou. I'm from Thessaloniki, Greece. For me specific, it's called Perea. It's a little outside from Thessaloniki. And for around like 2019, for around the last 6 years, I've been working on the food service industry. A lot of places, hotels, bars, restaurants. And the last 2 years, I'm like on the quick service restaurant business. And also I have a background because I'm studying computer engineering. Uh, as I'm working like on those facilities, I was seeing like a lot of problems happening on the operation stuff and especially on the food waste problem because constantly we're throwing away food and food that I had spent a lot of time to prepare. So it's something like very concerning for me. And I saw it like from the engineer perspective and I said, it's not possible to do all these jobs handwritten and without like a lot of information. And we have like to do something to solve it. So that was like what sparked the Wasty and how I start this with William.
Okay, got it. So you try to merge a bit all the competence that you had from your own university together with
Yeah,
your own vocations and interests and try to realize something entrepreneurial out of that.
yeah,
William,
of
was
course.
the same for you, or did you try to tackle from another
Mhm.
perspective?
So basically, it was I remember it was a random like Wednesday or something, and I'm going back home after some drinks during like last years of university, of course, and I see like I open Messenger and I see like 15 vocals from Nikos, and I'm like, okay, something's going on. What's happening and stuff. So I tried like listen like everything like Nikos explained it in a very like simple way like this is the first step, that's the second step, like that's what we want to do, what we want to build. So my only like reply was a single like message like okay, I'm in. And then we just called for the next like 3 4 hours to start like just in a like at
Yeah.
3 a.m. talking about how we want to build the solution and how we want to offer like this kind of value to some restaurants, the general like hospitality like sector.
Okay, well, it looks a pretty familiar situation because we all have those friends who are like always brainstorming ideas and reaching out. And Nikos, you're probably one of those people, which
Yeah, William is also this kind of person, but it's like today was the opposite around.
Yes, exactly.
okay. Well, it's nice to it's a great team to have to work with people that have are like-minded. So
Yeah,
for sure. And how about you, William? What's your background? Where do you come from?
Yes, of course. Hi from my side too. My name is William. I studied business administration in the University of Macedonia. The last the last year, I'm working as a private equity depository analyst in Apex Group. So right now, I'm not located in Greece. I'm in Sofia. Like I could say that I bring like some kind of international background because I was before like Sofia. I was in Amsterdam. Before Amsterdam, I was just working and trying to like travel and finish university in the best like scale. So I think that's basically like my background.
Right. And yeah, and then how did you like end up being as focused as Nikos is on the environmental perspective and on the mission of Wasty? Because I see that perhaps private equity and Wasty are like maybe not the same industry.
Yeah, of course. Mhm.
So
No, to be honest, as Nikos mentioned before, like for me, I'm mainly like this guy that I would just like brainstorm and say, oh, we can do this and this and this and like a million ideas. Just like you can always store them like in the back of your mind, but then you need to reach out. You try some things. I mean, some things don't work obviously, but for us, like I mean, as a person, I was always like into something. I wanted always to build something from my side, something that I could call like my baby, because waste now it is our baby. Like we're trying to build the best way to succeed. Like we want to see it like going far and far more like structural, more like bigger, like clients, revenues, everything. Um, so for me, like to always be open in these opportunities and listen, and what when something makes sense. And because like as personally, I could say that I'm a bit like environmental like sensitive. I like to do things that I know that we have only one world, we have to take care of it. So if like we could do like the least to actually help like our world, the way that we live, I mean, I would definitely try my best to see it like going on and actually working in our everyday life.
Understood completely. And well, since you are talking about Wasty, try to explain Wasty to me as if it was like a 7-year-old, 6-year-old boy or girl who doesn't know anything about recycling and tech and software. So yeah, please tell me more about this
Okay.
Wasty.
I think like the simplest explanation for waste is as you have like a general store manager for every store, we have like an AI version of it and a software version of it. So this is like a way to do all the things that a manager is doing on the shop, but in a more automated and a way that prevents the human error. So what we do is like, for example, someone in a store has to make orders, has to know what he has to produce, has to know when a food has expired, and has to remove it from the store, and has to see like also have to have good analytics to know what is going well on his store and what is not going well. So we are like automating this whole process and providing information in order to solve and automate these bits of the company. So to make it like more simple, with waste, we tell you like what you have to produce. We tell you what you have to remove from the shelf when a food is gone bad. We tell you what you have to order in order to have the quantities to produce it, and we make it like in the simpler way possible.
Got it. Got it. And I guess you create, a tailored plan for every type of restaurant you're working with, right? Because they have like different products and maybe different necessities.
It's like a main product, but has like it's very modular. So every store it's different, so you can select the modules that it wants to do. So we take like all the aspects, and from some stores they apply everything, some other stores apply less of it.
Okay. And how is the interface? Like, do you have a hub? Do you have like a dashboard?
Yeah. Currently, like we're working with two interfaces. We have like a web version of it, which is like more of the administration side. So it's based in order like to view statistics, and we have like the general how's it called? It's general administration of your store. You have like everything stored in there, and we have like an employee app, which is like on your phone or on a tablet inside the store to do all the daily operations, like to see what you have to produce, to see what you have to order, and this kind of stuff.
Okay.
So it's two interfaces.
Okay. Perfect. And okay, if we have to dig a bit deeper into, the pain relievers and gain creators of Wasty, of course, there is the environmental perspective there that you explained before. But like, what type of concerns, what type of pains you're planning to relieve, and what type of additional benefits are you planning to bring to the clients that are going to employ Wasty?
Yeah, perfect. So to answer that, I will tell you like a simple thing like that. We started like from a problem that I saw, but that wasn't enough for us. So we went outside and we talked like to a lot of people in the industry, a lot of industry professionals. Currently, it's like more than 80 stores that we have talked and help us like in the process to create the product. And as you said, it would be like a pain reliever, the product that will help them solve the daily problems they have. So currently, the problems we're tackling is the lot of time that these managers are wasting to operate this business. For example, a typical store maybe spends like 20 hours per week in order to uh, see everything that has in store and see what it has to order. So we make like this, we cut this time by 90% almost. And we are also tackling very much the problem of food waste because currently we've seen that these stores that we have talked, they spend more than 2,000 euro per month for the food that they are wasting. And we are proudly to say that we can reduce this up to 50%, but this is not like it depends like of the store and how they operate the software, but we can reach this number, yes.
Well, that's amazing. Very good data, very good analytics, and admirable goals. And it's especially about the goals that I would like to ask you. Perhaps I don't know, William, if you have something to say about it. Like, maybe could you tell us a bit more about the long-term vision that Wasty has?
Yeah, of course. Like the way that we see Wasty is our like vehicle to change the way that the hospitality works. It's like right now, I mean, hospitality is a big like part of the Greek economy. It's a huge part of like the European economy. So all these people to struggle doing some basic stuff that with some like very like simple tech solutions, you can automate and just make their day like just like 10, 20, 30% like better. So that's I mean, I think that's our vision. Like we help restaurants to automate their operations. We want them to do like to spend less time in like classic like problems, and to spend more time in selling and to prepare the good amount, let's say, of food that they want to pull like to the market.
Got it. Yeah, totally. I see there are a lot of both environmental concern, but also productivity values that are brought to it. And well, let me ask you, like, how many restaurants have employed Wasty so far?
Yeah, so we're working like with Waste for around a year and a little more. The first like 9 months was like more of the talking side of, as I told you, like to customers to define the idea. Currently, we're in the phase that have developed our MVP and we're starting like to put it in some stores. We have like 8 stores at the moment. The 6 of them are big Greek franchises, and we have like 2 also stores. One it's in Denmark and one it's in Santorini. We have done this because like we want also to see if we're applicable to this kind of businesses and not only the franchise stores. So we have like a variety that we want to test our product in to see where we are the best fit and how we provide value to each one of them.
Okay. Well, interesting that you have also a global approach. I thought that you were mainly focused in Greece, but like now I'm hearing that you're also planning to, to bring Wasty abroad.
Yeah, it's one of our main focus. Willem, we can answer that. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, obviously we see like the value that we can offer to the Greek restaurants. At the same time, from the business perspective, it's not just like, let's say, smart to focus in one market for the start. Of course, like we have to start from somewhere. So Greece is something that we see like a big amount of like places they have this problem. So it's the perfect location to start. But at the same time, we know that we need to go out, talk with people, and see like in other like markets how they are working and operating. It's one of our targets, and we may like, let's say that we really know that it is something that has to be done like as soon as possible.
Yeah, I love the global approach, and I think it's indeed a solution that knows no boundaries, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's get a bit more technical on that side. I would like to ask you if you have any profit plan, business plan, or in general, how do you reach profit out of Wasty?
Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. Basically, as you understand, like we are subscription based. That means that we give the opportunity. I don't know, like every like store has to choose their own like monthly or yearly plan based on their like on their needs and size of operations. So have 3 like tiers, like the basic, standard, and premium, that they offer different features based on their own needs and how big, let's say, like it's a store. So it's like it's not a specific like price. It's a price range that based on the store we put in the algorithm, and we see exactly what we have to charge. So it could be like most efficient for us and for the store at the same time.
Got it. And in terms of customer category, are you targeting like most of them, or do you have a certain size, entrance size?
For now, we just target like quick service restaurants. So most of them, they're like, let's say, small to mid restaurants, at least like in Greece. At the same time, we know that we're trying through our like pilot program too. We want to expand as soon as possible in fast food and general like restaurants. So let's say that we start with QSR, but the next 2 steps is fast food and also like general like restaurants.
Okay, because I'm quite ignorant about the differences between the two. Like, what is the main point of difference in between quick service restaurants and fast foods?
Yeah. So in the quick service restaurant, which is like the sector that we believe that we provide the most value, the main aspect that they have is like they produce the food before and they after sell it to the customer. It's like the typical store that you go to buy like a sandwich that's like already pre-made. So it's a place that you need good demand forecasting. You need to know what you have to produce in order to have little waste. So this is like where is our main focus, to help them do this demand forecasting so that they produce just the right amount of food they need. After that, we want to focus on the sector of restaurant and the sector of fast food, but tackle it mostly on the productivity way to optimize all the operations, not that much on the food waste aspect, because they are working a la carte. I mean, like you order and then they create the food. So it's not like a lot of food that we can save in this place.
Understood. And in terms of both, food, fast food industry and QSR industry. Maybe you could list some of the challenges that you are experiencing to expand and to operate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, for now, because we just run our pilot program and through our conversations, I can't say we have a specific, let's say, like challenge for now. The biggest challenge for us in that specific moment is just that 2 out of 4 like co-founders, we are working full time. We have like second things that first things actually, like we have to focus at the same time to try to manage all the timing to do everything that we have to do for Wasty too. So for us, for now, is our main, let's say, challenge that we have to deal with it every day. At the same time, I'm going back to Greece by June, like to focus 100% to Wasty. So let's say that we are trying to deal with it in the best way.
Yeah.
So let's say that workforce so far is the challenge that you are dealing the most with.
Yes, I think that's
This is one of the biggest challenges. The other challenge is like I think like is the typical challenge that every startup have. You start like with an idea and you have to shift this idea to something that is the idea of your customer, or in a way. So that was like a big challenge from us, and it took a lot of time. We started with something specific, and we do all the pivots needed to reach like to the point that we are now. So this was like a tough process, of course, and was a bit of a challenge. But I think we have kind of overcome it. Now we are like in a better situation now.
Okay, so
exactly.
Yeah, sorry.
Because I mean, when you want to make like a product, no matter how you're thinking about it, the point is to listen to the customer. So that's why we are working so much back and forth with customers. Oh, this could be like the workflow, and the way that I would like use it is like better to happen like in this way. So that's why all the time you need to make pivots. You need to make even like the smaller thing, but at the same time, it's something that all the time can like takes time, takes effort to try to find the best, this like let's say golden spot that will work the best for the customer.
Understood. And I think that Wasty is an amazing example of how an initial idea could be developed according to the customer base. And I need to ask you at this point, how much has the initial idea changed of Wasty from what it is right now?
Yeah, I think like the core concept is kind of similar, but at first I started on the problem, how we can automate the ordering process. And then we like added a lot to it. Like, okay, you want to automate the ordering process, but how do you know what you have to order? So we went like then to the demand forecasting aspect. Then we talked like to stores. We told them about our problem and they said, yeah, but I also have this problem. It's more important for me. And then I have this problem and it's more important for me. And now we have like come to a more holistic, I would say, solution, an all around solution. And on the other side, on the start, we were like attacking a more specific issue. So this is like the core that changed the most.
Got it. And let's pretend that in front of you, both of you right now, you have a wish list. If you could tell me like how many clients you expect or want to reach in the short and long term, and the other goals that you have in the same time span, what will they be?
Okay, to answer this question, we have to, let's say, split our time in 2 parts. The one part would be like, as we mentioned like before, like we are running our pilot program. So for us, like we are trying to reach something like 20 to 30 clients to actually try to see like to get our pilot like program, try to see how the product works, what needs to be changed. So let's say like it's more like a general feedback about the bigger like number of like people that testing the solution. And the same time, like after that, let's say around June, that we plan to finish our pilot program. We want by 2025 not to attract around 100 customers to be like paid at least for now for 2025 in Wasty.
Got it. So currently your pilot program is, we could define it as the prototype of what Wasty will be in the future. Got it.
Exactly. It's an MVP actually.
Yeah. Okay. And so for 2025, 2026 and the upcoming years, you might have I hope you will have the chance to stumble on potential investors to finance your plan. And what would you look from them in terms of number, but also maybe in terms of equity or other
Mhm.
opportunities?
Yeah. Um, so for now, like I think Waste is, let's say, not in a crazy early, but we are still early. Okay, we don't have MVP. We're trying to test if we know we have market validation, but at the same time, if you don't go there with a solution to show if it's actually dealing with a problem, we can't say we can't like expect nothing. Let's say. So from the investment side, right now we are looking way more for someone like for a business angel to love the idea. We are looking for someone that he wants to be like to focus with us like in our concept, and from probably like we are looking for some like experience in also like SaaS B2B like experience like in previous like startup or no matter what. We want to try to get as much as like knowledge, feedback, a way to operate, to know to let's go with a safe path over going for with something that over to have like by our own to deal with some problems that we can't know and we don't know if they're gonna come up and when they're gonna come up. So
Right.
basically, if I need to answer you like with a number, I mean for now we we are seeking about 50,000 because we want to take our first like runway. So to make a product, get our customers, and then we can go to the next, let's say, valuation step. So we can raise more to do the expansion like in other countries and like other like industries, other parts of the industry.
Got it. And any investor, any potential business angel that would consider investing in this industry, why would he or she have to prioritize investing in Wasted? Like what are you offering to the market that the competition is not offering?
Yeah, I think like the main reason that we see like an investor invest in us is like I think the team is very good, well-rounded. We're like four people that were like very focused on it. We have all different backgrounds. We have like engineering background, we have marketing background, we have the background of the food service industry. So I think like this is a very good thing that we're offering. Give me like 1 second, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and if I want to continue like what Nikos was saying, obviously like our team, I would say like our team is our biggest asset right now. At the same time, um, our product is so, let's say, of course we have competitors. At the same time, the product is so unique and we offer way more like advanced features of what is going on in the market right now. So it is an opportunity, I would say, people to see how an industry can change and be part of this change.
Because right now, perhaps there are not many products that are have the same approach as Wasty has.
Um,
Uh,
of course, we have some competitors, but they first of all they operate in completely like different markets. We have two big competitors that we could say like the one is operating only based in the UK and the other one in Saudi Arabia. At the same time, as I said, they offer way more simple like solutions. Um, we see this thing like as we talked before about when we went out and we started talking with people like in our mind we have a lot like the let's say like a restaurant like a quick service restaurant is operating in a more like let's say handwritten and manual way. We see although like in our conversations we see like people trying to make the difference. They understand that there is like an issue that can be like solved. It needs to be solved. That's why they already started. I mean, most of the stores they use like some excels. They use some like let's say like forms that they want to collect their data so they can analyze it. But the way that what Waste is doing is to give them just an all-in-one tool to run their operations in a more like smart and efficient way. That's how the market is going, and I mean that's what we see like the market like it's gonna be like how it's gonna operate like the next like 3, 5, 10 years.
No, totally. And I think you're arriving in the best time to have this type of plan offered to the market. Well, as you probably know, you won, of course, Startup Universe Greece. Congratulations once again for that, guys. As you probably know, Startup Universe offers many advantages to the winners, from educational material to network to even potential fundings. I would like to ask you, what are the plans to use the current price of Startup Universe Greece? If you have maybe any way that you are going to use the winning prize to maybe bridge your current situation to the desired situation that you recently listed.
Yeah, so the prize has been already useful for us because like we got like a bit of a reputation, like there were like some business angels that contact us after the competition, and it was like something like important to the team. Also, it was like a boost of confidence, so that was also very useful. And from this side now, we're very excited about the part of the tickets from a lot of how would say like events that we want to be part of and we want to go to meet new people. So this is something like the Startup Greece is offering. This will be very helpful for us. And also very important is the aspect of the I'm losing the word now. Willem, follow from here, like people that will help us. Yeah.
The workforce. Okay.
Yeah,
yes, exactly. The workforce. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something like very important to us, like in the moment, because like for people completely to it, we need help to get it like the fastest way possible.
Definitely.
At the same time, we are in a step that, like you see, like Wasty runs by itself. Like it needs work to be done so we can go like faster and faster. So the workforce for us would be like, I think, and for me personally, would be like the ideal like price, like because we know so many things that they need to be done, and at the same time, you don't have even like if we're working all of us like 100% like in Wasty, you don't have the capacity of the time to deal with every each like of a problem or like every each like aspect that you need to improve to do better.
Yeah.
Perfect. And by the way, are you guys coming to the Panathenia event?
We are eager to come. It's like in a busy season, but we're thinking to come. Yeah.
Okay, because it's gonna be amazing.
It will be a very nice event. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so as you're the winners of this edition of Startup Universe Greece, I would like to ask you if you have any maybe word of inspirations and or any tips for future entrepreneurs in tech.
Yeah.
Nikos, do you want to start? Yeah.
You want to tell me like your approach first? I'll think about.
Okay, cool. I think my advice would be something like, there's no like perfect timing. Everyone, when we do like in our life, there's like no perfect timing to start to do something. So when you have an idea, when you want to do something because it feels you like from the inside out, just go for it. There's not gonna be like a better timing or like the idea like timing for you. Do it now, get things just done when they need to be done. That's all.
Yeah, it's something I agree to. And also like from my perspective, I would say like this is not like only an entrepreneur advice. It'd be like more like a general advice. But I would say like to get exposed to a lot of different things. All the information you get is very useful. You have to do things that you don't like a few times because in the process you learn like a lot of things. Talk to people, learn from them, and also like if you want to have like your own company, you have to do a lot of the diversity of things. You can do just only one specific thing. So you have like to be an open person to try all these things and become even a little good at it, at least, so you can provide the max value that you can.
Do you have any tips for future entrepreneurs and future tech startup founders who are looking to apply for the Startup Universe Greece initiative?
Well, every advice in the startups is not to fall in love with their idea. If they work with us, they will have to understand how to build a product, how to solve problems, and the main idea is not so important. So the must have is the ability to adapt, to understand the framework, how we build an actual startup, and not how to build an idea. We don't start with an idea, we start with a problem. And if someone understands how the methodology works, they can go from idea to idea, fail fast, and actually build something that matters. I know and I understand that it's a cliche of entrepreneurship, but most of the people come with an idea or with the conception that we need an idea, the next $1 million idea to success. It's not that way. We are teams of problem solvers, and we do that for money. If you can understand that the only thing that you have to do is to solve problem to a potential client and get paid for that, you have the first and most important step to build a venture or a startup. So this is my main advice, and applies to every entrepreneur in the globe.